Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep Mall, Ambassador of Change from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute of Lucknow. We are the premier institution for providing uh, training to teachers and principals, and we have many in-service and pre-service programs. And for more information on this, please go to 740-840-1000. Right now, you are on our disruptive education platform, which has been provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. On this platform, we have interacted with and met with more than 1,450 educators from India and all over the world. And this evening, we have for you Mrs. Monica Chopra. She is a social counselor and international speaker from Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. And she's a team player. She is very good at coordinating between groups, values time and possesses leadership traits, and has good communication skills and a good command over the English language. She is an international speaker at many platforms and a team member of many esteemed organizations. She's calm and composed normally and relates well with children and enjoys handling the young children and guiding them into education. With her patience and honest conflict management, she is able to restore behavioral issues of the children. She loves working with them and coordinating to their development. She has a study center and she not only guides students on the importance of education but also grooms them in their overall development. She took a sabbatical in November 2017 after a grueling stint at work. She is also an accomplished corporate manager, offering with 18 years of middle management experience in different roles, and has served as an administrator, HR, accounts, and compliance. She also has several hobbies like reading, traveling, writing articles, and cooking. Good evening, ma'am, and thank you for being with us. She will be speaking to us today on responsive relationships and child development. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pradeep, sir. I sincerely appreciate the wonderful introduction. I'm overwhelmed to hear such warm, appreciating words. I extend my sincere gratitude to the educational visionary Dr. Sunita Gandhi, founder Global Education and Training Institute, for reaching me out and providing me a platform and this opportunity so that we can discuss our ideas, ways, and become a part of disruptive education movement and lead the education of tomorrow. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone, the viewers online listening to me, sparing time. Today, myself, Monica Chopra. The introduction has been given by Pradeep sir. I'm here to speak on the responsive relationship and the child development and how to shape the minds of the next generation students and inspire leaders of today for the disruptive change in the education. In the words of Nelson Mandela, he said that education is the passport which provides us an opportunity to lead the future. And the children we know are the future of our nation. And we bring children on this earth, and it's our responsibility. Our means a parents, teacher, the elders' responsibility to develop them in such a way that their future is bright and they can reap results. To start off, I would like to start off with responsive relation and child development. The quality of having, it's in the literal language, it's a reaction of something, or especially a quick and a positive reaction. A responsive caring means to noticing what the child is saying, what the child wants, and we have to respond to the signals in the timely and an appropriate way. Responsive caring is essential, really essential, and very important for ensuring child's health, nutrition, safety, and uttermost security. Child development. And when we talk about child development, it's a responsive characteristic. It's about incorporating our willingness to be flexible, to ensure that the learning is always a child context, content, and discipline. Responsive care, according to me, is a process of watching and tuning in the child and think what they mean and then responding to them in a sensitive way. This is the best way I feel is to meet their physical and mental needs. As a mother, I can relate when I gave a birth to a child. She never had the, she cannot speak, but with her action and reaction, I could respond and feel that she's hungry and it's time to feed her. And this process continued till on the same platform. I'm understanding without words. Now, coming on the topic, big question is this relationship and the child development. How are they interrelated? A loving, stable, and responsive relation. It plays a vital role and it's a fundamental to our child development. Through relationships only, a child learn how to listen, how to understand, communicate, behave, express emotion, and develop social skills. Social skills is very important. You can't restrict your child to be within yourself, within the family. The exposure is more. Playing with a child's strengths, your relationship, and encourage your child to explore, observe, experiment, and solve problems. I feel the child development is totally dependent on psychological thinking. We should make a child think out of the box, not in the way what we want him to think. Give a child so much space and time to understand what child actually thinking, and we should work accordingly. We should come to the position of the child rather than imposing our decisions, our opinions, or our thinking on the child. Why the big question, why loving nurturing relationships are important for child development. Children relationship change shapes the way they see the world, the the area of the development. Through the relationship, not only friends but with their parents, the family members, caretakers, if we have, the children learn a lot about the world. And that is because relationship let children express themselves. A cry, a laugh, a question gets back. As we all know, in life, what we say, it comes back to us. Same, what we give to a child. If your child is smiling, what we give back, she or he'll understand that we are able to understand the signal the child is giving us. The child will express in a more appropriate way and he or she will be more comfortable. What the child get back gives them a very important information likes and how the worlds act on it, how we think, how we understand, how we communicate, how we show emotion and develop social skills. Let's take an example. When a baby bubbles, it already narrates. I think at the age of 1, the baby starts babbling. And when you respond in a warm, loving, and a gentle way, you're helping your baby to learn about communication, behavior, emotion. You smile, you hug, you're babbling after the child, make the child more comfortable. And you are making your child feel secure, safe, and building a strong relationship between you and the child. And when the child feels secure, feels safe, and the child gets attached to you, and that confidence in the child help the child to get that confidence to explore their own world. Healthy relationship with others. Our relationship with the family, our relatives, our friends also plays a very important role. It's not just between you and them that shapes the development of the child. It's also the relationship we parents are having with others, our behavior, how we communicate with other people. Say example, communication between the spouses, the family, the relatives, the friends, whoever come to your house to visit with our child, shows how to show the child how to be good with others, how to behave with others, how to interact with others, how to communicate and coordinate with others. It also shows how other people behave in return. Child learn. The children are very good observers. They may not be a good speaker, but they are very good listeners and observers. It shows how the child, how the others, people will behave in return. The child will see and will learn how to be kind and respectful with the relationship around them. See, I remember the Coldwell word Einstein. He once said, play is the highest form of learning. And play, through play, can make a drastic change. It is the best tool for learning and developing. See, child enter the school at an age when he or she doesn't have the skills, cannot adapt to the situation. It's called play school. And there they use the biggest tool and learning through play. Play is a fun for a child. A child takes an opportunity to explore, observe, experiment, and solve problem. And I do understand that at times they make mistake, but if the child will not make mistake, how will the child learn? Our relationship with a child get most out of the play. That to encourage a child and to create that confidence in the child, we need to spend some time playing, learning, and listening and interacting with a child to help them to learn the key skills like the first, which we these days is very important: communication, coordination, critical thinking, and collaboration. I know they are words for the child to understand, but if we take it in other ways, like communicating, thinking, solving problem, growing with the child and other children and grows up. When you play with a child, it builds a relationship. Spend time with a child and gives a simple message that you are important to me. I've seen many families where both the parents are working, and at times the parents feel that they are working to fulfill the need of the child. And in the morning, when the child is get up, mom or papa will say, "Goodbye, baby. Take care of the child." And when they come in the evening, they'll child will say, "Mama, I need to go out. I need to have a dinner outside." Mama will scold the nanny. Why? You didn't give good food to my child during the day. You didn't take care of my child. But mama is not realizing the child has missed mama or papa. And this is the signal that you want to go out. Spend quality time with both the parents. Dinner is just an excuse that they want to sit together and eat. Because we only teach the child family that eats together, stays together. The five stages of the child development. I hope everyone knows. Newborn till the school age stages. Child has to undergo various changes in terms of physical, speech, intellectual, and it goes on. Children acquire and learn and achieve this milestone in a predictable sequence. We cannot change that sequence according to our likings. The child development is sequential and cumulative. Students are tomorrow's worker and problem solvers, and of course, the leaders. And I think, according to me, the time has come when a nation should be in the hand of youth. They have a good solving skills, troubleshooting skills, and they think out of the box. Access to a quality education is vital, not just for the student to thrive, the social and economic development, but to the disruption to the education result. I know we all are sailing in a very pandemic situation from last 2 years, almost 2 years, and educational industry has faced a big setback. And this progress might take another few years to come across VR, while because the children are badly impacted. The difference between the privileged who are left behind, there's a wide gap, and we educators have to work upon to cover that gap, because we are the only ones who can nurture and form a future for our nation, so that the student, the children who are the future of a nation, can grow up, learn, and grow for the betterment of our nation. What is disruptive education? This is a very important topic which is going on these days, and even a challenging. To meet this challenge of the future, a disruption in general language I'm talking is a break or interruption. Disruption in education intend to break with established model to move. We never knew that pandemic would come up into the scene, because we were in the very comfort zone, the same methodology we have been studying and going on from years. Yeah, we are in the comfort zone. But pandemic gave us the jolt, and we had to break that ice. And it is must. This gap has come. We were not prepared, and we're not thinking about the changes. We didn't open the door for the changes. We were quite happy with the same strategies and the same methodologies of study. And this uncontingency and the urgent change system, in the other words, still anchor the last century approach, and we are still failing to address the need of the digital change. As a corporate banker, ex-corporate banker, I remember the day when Modi ji announced demonetization. It was again, there was a huge chaos in the industry, and I know that many point of view, it was good, it was bad, but I think it was good. Coming on a digital platform and competing with the nation, because entire nation will be digitized, and with the digitalization, and if you take it in the mainstream, we are able to meet each other, we are able to communicate with each other, the distance has been narrowed. That is the reason I am here. We can interact with the people across the world at just a click away. And if we think that we can grow and we can groom ourselves and put ourselves in the digital world, we'll be able to survive. No one can stop us in becoming a successful person. This is the biggest challenge the education industry is facing in this 21st century. Because answer is just an innovation. Innovation unleash the innovative methods, innovative formats, and the best example is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means learning the things, we'll be getting the same output, but in effective in the shortest. We design elements in a non-game context, and the massive, they are massive open options available these days. It will help us. The learning will help us and provide the possibility that the education technology needs these days. The key of disruptive education model is the speed learning. Everything can be online these days, and there are many forms wherein we can just go and learn. The objectivity, the access of the student to the current world as a non-natives. And same is artificial intelligence. We can encourage the critical professional, even the teachers. In this pandemic, not only the children were facing problem to meet each other, to communicate with each other, even the teachers had a hard hit. Many of the, they had to be on a many platform, learn the softwares, develop their skills, enhance their skill. Spend, they have spent many hours in learning and keeping themselves to meet the requirement of, so that the information they can provide to their own syllabus should, it should be good, and the children should adapt to it. I do agree that classroom education has its own importance, but education is evolving now. nowadays. It's not just restricted to the school and the campus. It is at a very fast pace. And period, it's a history now. Even we had an education in the school, and therefore the growing education among the educators and the faculty is must. That the today's curriculum needs evolve to meet tomorrow's reality. Tomorrow, without tools and technology, the students cannot survive. They need to develop a new skill to solve problems, collaborative effectiveness, and to give nuance. They'll be able, once they will get into more of this technology part and enhance their skills, enhance their, broaden their mind, they'll be able to express and give us more ideas. I think they'll be able to do much, much, much better than what we know and what we can do. To better understand these changes, there are many platforms which are education partners, and therefore they are providing us the good classroom online. Effective digitization responsibility is not just for the teachers to train themselves and train in an effective digital responsibility, also the parents. See, I believe personally, as an educator, as a mother, as a teacher, that the development of the child, there's a true triangle. We can call it triangle in between the teacher, child, and the parent. If few of us collide together, think in the same way, and have the same, our thoughts are same, and understanding are same, then the total impact will be the student will be bearing the fruits, and the child will be at such a true confusion. And with this digitization, the good part is that there will be no child or the young person which will be attached to race, gender, sexuality, or socio-economic status. Digital responsibility within our curriculum is designed, however, the incorporation of ethics, life skills, ethical guidance, peace education during the classroom. It will be enhanced. Teaching digital citizenship, in turn, the responsibility is also help students look beyond themselves and understand the responsibility to others and how they can improvise their community. We all are working on SDGs also and stoplight goal, and that is really important. Not only because that is the time when the child will be thinking out of the curriculum about the society. There are many topics we are covering in that and target of achieving that by 2030. Now, I would like to saying that I do remember the beautiful words of Mother Teresa. I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. But together we can do great things. Alone we can do but little, and we can do much. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Together we can change the world. Even father of a nation once said, "Be the change for the world." I hope you all agree with me. And if you have any concerns, any questions, I'd love to answer them.
Thank you, Chopra ma'am, for that talk on responsive relationships and child development. Uh, Something we all have to give a thought to and put into practice. And thank you for all the practical points that you gave for this. And good evening, everybody. And before we leave, I request you to uh, watch our detox from our disruptive literacy movement by Global Dream, which has been an initiative of Dr. Sunita Gandhi since 2014. The whole idea is to ensure everyone's participation by a people's movement in ensuring literacy and numeracy for all our brothers and sisters, especially those who are not so privileged as we are. Those of us who can teach one must do that, and the others, like us, who are privileged, who can teach more than one, should be doing that to bridge this gap as much as possible. So we have many talks on this every day. And for more information, you can go to 740-840-1000 for the talks that you would like to listen to. So thank you, ma'am, once again. Good evening, everybody. Good night, and see you again tomorrow.
Everyone for your valuable time and bringing me here. Thank you so much, Pradeep sir, for
You're
having me
welcome,
here.
ma'am. You're most welcome, ma'am.